They say the world won't end with a bang, but if it ever does, the billionaires will be ready. For years, people joked about rich tech moguls building underground bunkers. Most of us imagine steel tubes and canned food, like those doomsday preppers you see on TV. But what if I told you that right now, while you're watching this, there are men and women with names you know, building underground kingdoms that look more like Bond villain lairs than fallout shelters? Because that's exactly what's happening. Behind the shiny PR smiles, behind their eco-pledges and charity foundations, the 1% has been preparing for something they're not saying out loud. And if you follow the money, the fear, and the fire, it leads straight underground. It all started quietly. A few news leaks here and there, a few strange building permits filed in the middle of nowhere. But then came the story that changed everything. Mark Zuckerberg, the king of Meta, was building a massive 5,000 square foot bunker beneath his estate in Hawaii. The number was staggering, a $270 million compound buried under the island of Kauai, completely self-sufficient. Food, water, power, sealed off from the rest of the world. People working on the project had to sign NDAs so strict, they couldn't even tell their families what they were doing. Some said it felt more like building a classified military facility than a private home. And once that news hit, something shifted. Because if Zuckerberg, one of the most powerful men in tech, was preparing for something, then what did he know that everyone else didn't? Suddenly, phones started ringing across the US companies that specialized in underground shelters began getting flooded with calls. Executives, investors, retired CEOs, all asking the same thing. How soon can you build me one? Ron Hubbard, CEO of Atlas Survival Shelters, said it best. It got really busy. It seems like the phone hasn't stopped ringing. World War III seems like it's coming. That quote went viral because it wasn't just fear. It was certainty. Atlas Survival Shelters started designing bunkers that looked nothing like the steel tubes of the old prepper shows. His cheapest ones cost around $200,000 to $400,000. Like buying a Ferrari, he joked. Except these Ferraris had air filtration systems, panic rooms, escape tunnels, and armored doors that could stop a tank shell. One client in Oklahoma is having a $7.5 million bunker built right now. And that's just the design phase. Another billionaire in Malaysia wanted something more extravagant, a $5 million underground garage for his car collection. And that's not even the wild part, because as crazy as those numbers sound, there's one man whose creations make them all look small. Al Corby. Corby runs a company called SAFE, short for Strategically Armored and Fortified Environments. He doesn't just build bunkers, he builds fortresses for the apocalypse. He's the man the ultra-rich call when they want to feel invincible. One of his most secretive projects, still under construction, sits on a 200-acre island in the United States. The client, a powerful business mogul who told Corby he wanted to make sure no one could ever reach his family. And Corby delivered. He built an island fortress surrounded by a 30-foot deep lake. But this wasn't any lake. It was filled with a lighter-than-water flammable liquid that, when ignited, turns into a ring of fire. Yes, you heard that right. A moat that literally burns. The only way to cross it? A swing bridge that retracts once you're on the other side. And if somehow you made it past the flames, good luck getting through the rest. Because this place is armed with water cannons, powerful enough to take down helicopters. Corby said it like he was describing a video game. They can take down parachuters, Apache helicopters, whatever's coming your way 500 feet in the air. The client didn't just want safety, he wanted dominance. Corby used the dirt from digging the lake to build an artificial mountain around the property, a natural barrier designed to absorb impact. There's even a tunnel carved through it, fitted with flamethrowers, gas systems, and a steel gate that can stop a 16-wheeler going 80 miles an hour. It sounds like something out of an action movie, except it's real. And that's not the only detail that sounds surreal. Inside the fortress, every gadget serves two purposes: protection and pleasure. Corby described how the owner's friends could play flag football on jet skis, dodging the water cannons as they blasted waves into the air. The cannons can also create rainbows as a backdrop for a barbecue, he said, like this was a theme park, not a bunker built for the end of civilization. The site prep alone cost millions, and that's just a small fraction of the total. Corby says many of his clients are now upgrading existing bunkers with new tactical defense add-ons, basically military-grade systems for private use. Some of those upgrades alone cost $1 million or more. And you know what's terrifying? This isn't even the top end. There are rumored to be bunkers in the US worth $10 million and up, designed to survive anything from EMPs to nuclear strikes. Some even have backup bunkers in case something happens to the primary one. It's a whole industry now, a shadow economy of fear. And while all this sounds like science fiction, it's become normal in elite circles. Robert Vicino, the founder of Vivos, a company that builds underground survival shelters, says that billionaires and even top-ranking government officials have been in on this bunker idea for a long-ass time. When asked what caused the latest surge in interest, he didn't hesitate. The pandemic was a huge driver, but now with the wars, cyber attacks, political chaos, it's another boost. We're here to provide peace of mind solutions. Peace of mind. That's how they sell it. But there's nothing peaceful about what it represents. Because while the rest of us worry about rent, inflation, or student loans, the world's richest are literally building their escape pods, complete with gourmet kitchens, decontamination chambers, and private operating rooms. Yes, you heard that right, operating rooms. Corby's company even partners with a medical consulting firm called Vital RN, founded by his wife, Naomi. Together, they build fully equipped medical suites underground, rooms that look like something out of a high-end hospital. They have operating tables, decontamination booths, and cabinets stocked with every drug imaginable. The catch? The cabinets can only be unlocked remotely by a licensed doctor. Corby proudly says, "It feels like you're inside Cedars Sinai or the Cleveland Clinic. All underground, all waiting for Doomsday." And then there are the secret doors. When it comes to hidden passageways, one company dominates the market. Creative Home Engineering out of Arizona. They're the ones who make those insane custom doors that slide, rotate, or disappear with the push of a button. Each door costs upwards of $50,000. Their president, Steve Humble, once described a project in Phoenix that sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. 9 secret doors. An underground shooting range accessed by a rotating fireplace. Just like in Indiana Jones, a staircase that lifts up to reveal an elevator to a hidden garage. There's even a British phone booth that acts as a secret entrance. When you pick up the receiver and dial 867 5309, the song plays, the glass turns opaque, and the back wall opens up, revealing a slide that takes you 2 levels underground to a flight simulator. And when you're gone, the wall seals itself shut, and the booth looks completely normal again. That same house has a giant shark tank in the basement that shares a glass wall with the swimming pool. So when you're swimming laps, it looks like you're gliding next to sharks. Above that, there's a lazy river, a grotto, a glass bottom pool, and under all of it, a go-kart track. The owner? He's got a safe room too. But according to Humble, most of it is just for showing off. It's survival, but make it luxury. Because for the ultra-rich, even the apocalypse has to be Instagram-worthy. And the more the world shakes, the faster this industry grows. Every global crisis, every viral outbreak, every blackout adds another layer of paranoia. And while they build their secret tunnels and their fortified islands, the rest of us are left asking the same question. Are they paranoid? Or do they know something we don't? Maybe the answer doesn't even matter. Because when the ground shakes, when the sky turns red, when the power grid finally goes dark, those bunkers will be sealed, silent, and waiting. Fire moats glowing in the night, helicopter cannons locked and ready, and deep below the laughter of the last survivors, playing flag football on jet skis while the world above burns. The apocalypse used to be a myth, now it's a business. And for those who can afford it, the end of the world doesn't look like hell, it looks like home.